Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
So now we're going to do a review of Return of the Headless Horseman game by Funko Games. And it is, I had trouble finding this last time, ages 6 and up, 2 to 4 players. So this is a race game and it's cooperative. So you're going to work together to try to save Ichabod's life. Now notice I said Ichabod because when you watch the How to Play and Playthrough, I say Ichabod for a while.
Yeah, I think we both do.
Yeah. But anyway, let's take a look at the setup here. You lay out the board. You'll have Ichabod will start at the house, and the Headless Horseman will start back here. So the Headless Horseman is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces back. Because the object is to get Ichabod all the way to the bridge, just like in the movie. Now, in the movie, if you've seen it, it's not a happy ending for Ichabod, okay? So, in this case, you're going to have, each player will have 4 cards. So Julie will have her 4. I'm just going to put it off to the side here. And I'll have my 4. And what does this card mean? This card means that anytime you see a card, if I can find one here, with this symbol, a Headless Horseman will move 2 spaces. And it will have that printed there instead. It would be either a 2, 1, or blank.
Yep.
And these cards are numbered 1 through 6. So part of the cooperative element is trying to match these. So we're each going to select one card out of our hand, put it face down, and then reveal it. And if we match, that's how far Ichabod will move. Now, if the Headless Horseman catches up to Ichabod, you will reveal one of these. Now let me mix these up a little bit. You will reveal one of these 8 tiles. And you'll see that there, when I reveal one, that there's a 50% chance that you're going to reveal a pumpkin. So let's say Headless Horseman catches up to Ichabod, passes or lands on him. Okay, so you reveal a tile. And there you go, that's one of them. Now when that happens, the Headless Horseman will move back 1, and Ichabod will move 1 ahead, ignoring the spaces. Now in the rules, it says that you ignore all spaces except the tree and the bridge. Now, I think they meant to say, and even though we played it this way on, let's see, it was like this situation. I think they meant to say, don't ignore the tree here. So I'm not too sure on the rules if it meant, because you would ignore, this space means you flip up another card, okay, right here. This is a shortcut, which helps Ichabod. And then here, you spin the tree. So this is really cool here. And you move that random amount. So Ichabod would move 2 spaces, and then now, when he landed there, you got to flip up another tile. So wherever you'll flip up tiles anytime the Headless Horseman catches up, lands, or moves past, or if Ichabod lands on a space here. And so you'll see, at some point, if all 4 come up, the players collectively lose. And because if you've seen the, it's from the 1949 movie, the Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. So it creates a little
Mean pumpkin.
Right. So there's one other, and I'll show you again how movement works. But if you run out of, if you only have 1 card left, you say Ichabod, you spin it, and that's how many cards you get. So it's possible that you'll get 1 to 4 cards. And the cool thing is, you must, doesn't matter how far you move here, Ichabod must stop here. And you'll put him on here. This is just, so if you've seen the cartoon, Ichabod and Headless Horseman go around that tree a bunch of times. So I'll show you right here. It's a really nice mechanic that kids will love spinning that to get new cards, but also when Ichabod gets here, you put him on the tree and you spin and he'll come out. Oh, we got lucky. He comes out right here. So you got really far ahead, but it could be a situation where he only went that far. Now you'll see that this tile here can be flipped over. So if we were going to play this again, we'd be playing this version here because we've gotten really good at the game. This means now that that question mark is worth, the Headless Horseman would move 4 spaces instead of 2. Now, how is a cooperative part? Because you're basically laying down random cards, right? Well, it's not random because what you communicate, you say, Hey, look, 2 and 4 are the safest. 1 and 3 aren't so bad, but if we spin badly, we might land on the Headless Horseman space here. It's a scare space. But we definitely don't want to play a 5 or 6. So now we're going to look at our cards. We don't want to play a 5 or 6. So you lay it down flat, and you put it over here. And then we reveal. So if we have a matching, that's how far we're going to move. So we played a 2 and a 4. So now we look at our cards again. Hopefully we have something that will match. We reveal again. All right, so I did match the 2. Julie didn't have a 2 or a 4. So we're going to move 2 spaces. So we go 1, 2. The Headless Horseman, though, is going to go 1, 2, and because we're playing the easy version, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Already the Headless Horseman's catching up to us. Let's say we did play a 3, though. We would have spun it, and we would have gone 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the Headless Horseman would have still gone 6 spaces. If, for instance, we had a 4. Now let's say it's a situation like this, where Julie played a 4 and I played a 2. You have 2 matches. Well, you take the lowest one. So Ichabod would still only have moved 2 and not 4. So when you have multiple matches, especially when you have 3 or 4 players, you're only going to move the lowest match. So that's where the communication comes into play, because now we're here and we're going to say we don't want to play a 1 or a 2. A 4 would be best because we can take the shortcut. 3 is not so bad. 5 is okay, but we might spin and get unlucky. But we don't want to play a 1, a 2, or a 6. So that's the cooperative part of the game. So that's how you play. And like I said, you're trying to get to the bridge. There is one rule, though, you got to remember. When Ichabod gets here, the Headless Horseman still moves.
Yep.
And it's possible that if the Headless Horseman lands or passes him, you might flip up another tile. And let's say you already have 3 pumpkins up. And so you have this many up already. And I'll mix it up here. And the Headless Horseman gets one more chance to try to get Ichabod. If I flip up the wrong one, okay, I didn't. So it could be a situation where on the very last turn, just like in the movie, you might flip up the last tile. And it says here, again, nice art, just like in the movie. It says, next morning, Ichabod's hat was found, and close beside it, a shattered pumpkin, but there was no trace of the schoolmaster. And you'll see that right there. And if you look at the, one thing you didn't know about, there is, where is it at?
I don't know.
Right there.
Oh.
Nestled deep in the low rolling hills lies Sleepy Hollow. It's a quiet, peaceful place, and yet somehow foreboding, for it abounds in haunted spots, twilight tales, and local superstitions. So it really sets the setting.
Yeah, I like that.
I didn't read that. I didn't know about that.
No, I didn't.
All right, so let's take a look at our review now.
Okay.
We give her positive, neutrals, and negatives, and then we give her a rating. And so Julie will go first.
I go first.
So here we go.
Okay, here we go, guys. Very easy to learn and play. I just really enjoyed it. It's a great cooperative, fun family game. Kids will really, I think, have a really good time because it's cooperative and they get to work with mom and dad and their siblings. They're not working against them. I think the pieces are quality. Everything's like the cardboard is thick. These little things here are thickly made. So you're getting, good stuff with what you're paying. I don't know how much the game was, to be honest.
It's I think it's around the $20 price point
Okay.
range. But no, they did a good job
Yeah.
on this miniature. If you check out our other reviews of Funko games, sometimes the miniatures aren't as detailed. But if you look here at Ichabod,
Yeah, I mean, he looks scared. You could see it, and even the horse looks scared. So that's kind
Yeah.
of cool that we were able to capture that.
Oh,
Let's see
sorry.
what else. That's okay. It doesn't take long to play, and as you guys know, I like games that don't take too long. And I thought it was and I'm not the teacher in the family, he is, but I thought it was a good way to teach basic counting and planning, because you are talking with your team, so to speak, of, how many spaces do you think we should move, and kids were learning the basic numbers, because it just goes 1 through 6. And you're also counting how many spaces Headless Horseman goes. So again, it's more counting for the kids to learn, counting anywhere from 1 space to 2 spaces and adding 1 plus 2 or whatever. So I just thought that was kind of fun too.
Yeah, the math is definitely developmentally appropriate.
Yep. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, so, here we go. Here's what I have to say. So it's thematically tense cooperative race game. What I mean by tense in a good way is that the Headless Horseman could be right behind you, and that's just fun.
Yeah.
I like that about the game. So movie tie-in. Now, why did I put an exclamation there? Because it's caution. If you've seen this 1949 film, I don't know if you'd want to show it to certain kids, because even when I looked it up, Disney got a lot of complaints about how scary it was. Now, obviously, it's not as scary as the Johnny Depp one, okay? You don't want to show this to kids. It's so bloody. And in fact, Tim Burton got complaints about making it too bloody.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So it's obviously the Disney movie is not as bloody as that. So you'd have to ask yourself, you would want to preview the movie first, and then decide whether or not your child can handle how scary and intense it is. Right. That's in the last, 5-7 minutes of the movie. Now the first part suffers from some 1949, the way the young lady is depicted can be questionable, depending on what.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Okay, it's definitely 1949. All right, and it's kind of almost like a Tom and Jerry cartoon at times. And then it becomes very serious. So the tone shifts in the movie from funny, and then you got Bing Crosby doing the narration and singing. It's an odd movie for Disney.
It is.
And that's why they probably never made it into a ride.
Probably.
In fact, they were going to put Headless Horseman in the Haunted Mansion ride.
Oh yeah, I think
in
you told me
the cemetery,
that.
but they didn't for some reason. Now they should have. That would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
But so you're just going to have to ask yourself, and that's why I say caution. Now our boys, we didn't have a problem doing that. The way we introduced them to scary things, they would have been able to handle it. But some kids may not be able to. So it's quick to play with, engrossing action. I mean, just spinning the tree.
That's fun. And
matching cards, and you're like, oh no, we didn't match, and now the Headless Horseman is going to move farther. I mean, kids will be really involved with this game. It's fun for adults and children. That's a good thing. Is I would play this game as an adult.
Oh yeah.
I don't need children to play this game.
No, we don't. We had fun playing it just
But
ourselves.
if we had grandchildren and our boys were younger, we'd be playing this a lot. And it develops math and communication skills. So I would use this in the classroom. No problem.
Yeah.
Although I would have to be careful with the miniatures. If I did use this with kids, it would probably be in a game club, because I would not want to have this on a shelf where kids can take off at any time.
Right.
Because I don't think it would survive unless I knew the kids in my classroom were careful. But there's, if you have 25, 30, 35 kids that you can't watch them all the time, I definitely would only bring this out for groups, for where I know the kids are going to be playing it, or for a after-school club or something like that. So I would be worried about having it be too accessible, unless I knew the kids were careful. So quality miniatures and art. If you look right here, it shows scenes of what he's thinking about. Because if you watch when he's writing, at first, he's kind of in a daze, because he's really after, thinking about that girl, the affection of that girl. So the art really captures what is going on in his head. And then I did show this on the How to Play and Playthrough. If I show you the sides here. By the way, it has a really nice foil stamp here. And they really did nice production on this. Oops. So if you see a foil stamp there, that's really nice.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
It's going to pop.
Yeah.
But when you look here on the edges, I like when they put these, it seems like they're like little Easter eggs Oops. Okay, let me back it up. Can I get it to show up? Okay, it's too dark. So I'm going to use the other camera instead.
Okay.
See, it shows the scenes
Yeah.
from the party.
Very nice.
Is it, who's the name of the bad guy again?
I don't remember.
The guy who was competing, is it
I know.
Brom?
I think it's Braun or Brom. Something
Yeah.
like that.
So the theory is he actually the Headless Horseman?
I think he is.
Yeah, see, Julia thinks he is.
I do.
So it's nice. Nice touch. Nice
Yep.
production there. All right, so now we're into, yeah, I already said that. So let's
Yep.
give our rating.
Okay. Wow, we both said 9.
Yeah, we both said 9. That's because I would play this as an adult. 10, we'll see over time.
They
It could
might.
become 10
Yeah.
if we play it more often and with different
Age groups.
with different player counts, whether
Yeah.
adults or children.
True.
So, yeah, highly recommend this.
Yeah, definitely.
However, the caution is, let's say you do play this and your kids can't handle the cartoon.
Yeah, you just don't want to scare them.
So you just don't show them the cartoon, you play it anyway.
Yeah.
But if they can handle the cartoon, this
Show it
is
to 'em,
definitely represents it. It would be great for Halloween time as well.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
So good job, Funko, on this game.
Way to go, Funko.
Yeah. When you can make a children's game that adults like to play, that's a rare thing.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so thanks for watching.
Thanks so much, you guys. We'll hope to see you again next time.
All right, bye-bye.
See ya.